Alright, no? So, hello guys, no? So, welcome back sa ating lecture, still under the subject signal spectrum and signal processing basic concepts. So, in the first part of our video, so we have started to discuss the classification of signals. So, now let's continue, no? This time, we're gonna discuss odd and even signal. Okay. So, paano ba pag sinabing odd and even signal? So, when we say even signal, guys, no? So it follows this relationship, no? So meaning to say, uh, if we substitute x with negative t, okay, the result would be equal sa x of t. Similarly, kung tayo ay discrete time naman, no? So yung x of n, pag sinubstitute natin is negative n, the result is x of n. So graphically, ang itsura niya guys is that the graph is basically symmetrical, no, about the vertical axis as you can see here. Okay? So makikita natin guys, no, so kung ang reference natin is the vertical axis, mirror image, no, yung image or yung picture na, I mean yung graph na mako-form. Okay? Ayan. So, anong example niyan? No? So, for example, no, so if we want to have an example of an even signal, let's say, guys, yung ating x of t is equal to, okay, t square. Let's say this is t square. Okay? So, if you put, let's say, x of negative 2, so the result is negative 2 square, so the result is 4. So, if you're gonna put the x of 2, no, so anong mangyari, guys? So, that is 2 square, the result is also 4. So, gets guys, no? So basically, same yung value no nung x of negative 2 sa x of 2. Okay, and because of that, no, we have the what we call as the even signal. Okay? So, brain ko na, no? So, similarly, guys, no, meron tayong tinatawag na odd signal naman. So, paano pag sinabing odd signal? Pag sinabing odd signal, this follows this relationship. X of negative t ay equals sa negative x of t. Or kung discrete time naman, we have x of negative n, which is equal sa negative of x of n. Okay. So, based sa graph guys, okay, makikita natin na symmetrical pa rin siya with respect sa vertical axis pero opposite yung sign. So, makikita nyo dito sa graph, no, graphically, ito nasa baba, ito ay nasa taas. Magkamukha yung dalawang image, okay, pero magkaiba ng sign. So, pagka ganun, instead of calling this symmetric, we call this anti-symmetric. So, this is anti-symmetric with regards to the vertical axis. Now, some books, no, sinasabi nila na pagka ganito yung itsura, it is symmetric about the origin. Okay? So, the signal is said to be symmetric about the origin. Okay, guys? Yes. All right. Now, uh, before we continue, okay, as you can see here, no, hindi po lahat ng signal ay even, hindi lahat ng signal ay odd. So some signals cannot be represented by either even or odd signal. Ano yung mga example ng signals na yon? No? So for example, we have this, no? So let's say we have the x of t. Okay, x of t natin. This is equal to, okay, e raised to negative t. Okay. So if you substitute, guys, for example, no, x of negative 2, so the result is e of negative ng negative 2, so that is e square. Okay? And then if ilalagay natin, guys, ay x of 2, for example, that would be e to the negative 2. So yeah, no? As you can see here, no? So they are neither the same. E square is very different, no, from e to the negative 2. Okay? So they are neither equal nor they are opposite signs. Kasi 'di ba pag equal even, pag equal yung magnitude but opposite signs odd naman. So pagka ganun guys, no, ang example na ito, so we can classify this because hindi siya even, hindi rin siya odd. Ang tawag natin dito ay neno signal. Okay? So ano sabihin ng neno signal? That is called as neither even nor odd signal. Okay? Yes. So, ngayon guys, if a certain signal is neno, okay? Actually, hindi siya neno, no? But if a signal is neno, okay, you can actually, no, decompose it, no? Or get its tinatawag nating odd component or even component niya. Okay? Ayan, no? Siyempre, kung isang signal ay odd signal, ang odd component niya, yun na siya mismo. Okay? If a certain signal is even, no? So yung even component niya, yun na rin siya mismo, yung signal itself. But if a signal is a nano signal, no? So neither even nor odd. Okay, pagka ganun guys, no? So you can extract or decompose, no? So it's odd component and even component. Now, malalaman nyo, kunyari, dinocompose na natin siya, and if we add the two signals, the result should be, no? The original signal. Okay? Yeah, so here are the equations. and the symbols or the nomenclatures, no, on how to or how to get, no, yung odd and even components of a given signal. Okay? So yes. All right. Okay, guys. Sige. So, let's answer some questions. So, number 12. Which of the following is true, okay, about odd signals? So, 1. Odd signals are antisymmetric with respect to the vertical axis. 2. Odd signal satisfies x of t equals negative x of minus t. And number 3, odd signals are always periodic, no? So, maaaring makikounter kayo nun ng mga ganitong questions, guys. Okay, especially in the context ng board exam. So, what would be the answer here? So we can see, no? So statement 1, this is definitely true. No? So yun nga yung graphical na how would you identify, di ba, graphically, if a signal is odd or even. Yung pangalawa, ito na may mathematical na ano niya, no? Ito yung mathematical na description niya. Medyo nalipat lang yung negative, pero pwede naman yun, right? Kasi yung description natin ay x of minus t is equal sa negative x of t. But of course, negative sign, since equation yan, you can transfer it. However, odd signals are not always periodic, no? Yan, so some signals, hindi naman siya, ano, no? Laging dapat periodic. So therefore, anong answer natin? So ang correct natin is option B, 1 and 2 only. Okay, we have the 1 and 2 only. Okay, so gets, guys? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay, 13. So, which of the following statements correctly defines a nanosignal? What's a nanosignal again? So, a nanosignal is a signal that is neither even nor odd. Okay, bakit ba siya hindi even and odd? Because it doesn't exhibit any symmetry. No? So, the answer is, okay, option letter D. Okay. Kasi nga 'di ba, malaman natin na ang isang signal ay odd if it is anti-symmetric, no, with respect to the vertical axis. So even signal is symmetric naman with respect sa vertical axis. So if the signal lacks such symmetry, so what we call that is the ano, guys? Okay, nano signal. Okay, number 14. Ito. So let's try this one. If x of t is equal to e to the t, what is the odd component, no? So of x of t. All right. So what will be our solution? No? So how are we going to solve this? Okay, ano nga ulit yung formula natin in getting the odd component? So for the odd component, so pwedeng symbol natin x odd, no? Yan. So x odd of t. Or pwede yung ganong symbol, yung may O na curly braces, pwede rin yan. So ano nga ulit yung equation natin? Okay, para malaman kung odd or even. So equation natin we have, okay, the x of t, okay, minus the x of negative t, okay, all over 2. So that's how we extract, no, the odd component. Okay. So again, let's try. So we have ano, guys, ang x of t natin ay e to the t. So you just write e to the t here. Okay, minus, okay, what is x of negative t? Okay, if our x of t is e to the t, so yung x of negative t is e to the minus t. Okay, divide by 2. And so here's our answer. So this is the odd component of the x of t. But it just so happened that what is this? So what is the e to the t minus e to the minus t all over 2? So basically, that is the definition of the hyperbolic sine function. Okay? So that is the definition of the hyperbolic sine function. Okay, guys? Clear? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, so the answer is option A. So option letter A is the answer. Okay. Ayan, no? So, number 15. So, given x of n is equal to 1, negative 2, 3, 2, negative 1, classify whether the signal is even, odd, or not even, neither even nor odd. Okay? So, how do we classify this, no? So, kapag, ano, no, discrete time signal, specifically a finite length sequence, how do we classify if it's either even or odd or nano? Okay, so paano natin malalaman? So actually guys, no, so let me write first the x of n. So what is our x of n, guys? Okay, so x of n natin, so this is 1, this is negative 2. By the way guys, no, kapag ka sa problem may underline, so that is actually the indicator na nandito yung arrow or ito yung index 0 natin. Okay, sometimes kasi sa encoding ng questions, medyo mahirap maglagay ng arrow. So instead of putting arrows, no, they use the underline to indicate that that is the index 0. Okay? So, yan, good to know yun, no? Alright. So, pagka ganito, guys, no, this is the index 0. So, n is equal to 0, no? So, ibig sabihin, class, no? So, ito yung, ano, negative, this is the positive 1. This is the positive 2. So this is the negative 1 and this is the negative 2. So ang gagawin nyo guys, no, para madaling malaman no, kung even, odd o neno is dun sa index 0, ito yung para magiging vertical axis natin. And then i-compare natin siya as mirror image. Like for instance, compare nyo to tsaka to. No? Itong dalawa na ito. Compare natin. What can we say? So since they are equal, okay, in magnitude but opposite signs. Similar to this one, no? Pag kinompare natin to, they are equal in magnitude but opposite signs. Ito ay sinasabi nating anti-symmetric with respect to the vertical axis. And therefore, this is an odd signal. Okay? So therefore, this is nothing but an odd signal. Okay? So, naintindihan guys? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, sige. Next. So, given x of n is equal to 1, 0, 2, 3, 1, 4, 0, solve for the even component, no? So, even component naman tayo. So, how do we solve for the even component, guys? Kung nare-recall pa, so what would be our solution? Yan. To solve for the even component, so anong gagawin natin, class? So, kunin muna natin, kasi yung formula ng even component, so x even, so we can write it this way. So, x even of n. So, this is nothing but, okay, x of n. Okay, and then we will add the x of the minus n. Okay, and divide by 2. So, ito yung formula nun, di ba? Kaya lang paano to gagawin, no? Or paano to ipapacilitate, no, for a discrete time, okay, finite length sequence. So, how do we write this one? So, yung x of n, we can just simply copy kasi given naman na siya. So, that is the ano guys. This is 1, okay, 0, okay, 2, okay, 3. Tapos, nandito yung arrow natin, okay? And then, we have 1, okay, we have 4, then we have the 0. Okay, next is, how do we write the x of negative n or x of minus n? So marami nagkakamali dito nung ginagawa nila, change tayo nila yung laman, no? Nung finite length sequence. Hindi. Ang ibig sabihin ng x of negative n is folding the signal. What do you mean by folding? Pag folding, guys, yung nasa gitna natin, ito pa din siya. Okay, gets? Ito pa din siya. Kaya lang, yung mga nandito sa nandito sa kanan, mapunta sa kaliwa. Like, this will become 1. Okay, this will become 4. Okay, and this will become 0. Okay? So, kumbaga, pag sinulat natin siya, that is 0, 4, 1. Gets, guys? Okay. Tapos ito, di ba, 2, 0, 1. So, this is 2, 0, 1. Okay? So, ganun yung mangyari, guys. So, parang mirror image siya. Okay? Actually, mirror image siya, no? Okay? Kumbaga, ipi-flip natin, not mirror image, but rather, ipi-flip natin, no? Dun sa gitna. Okay? And then the result, we need to add. Okay? We need to add. So, add natin yung dalawa. So, x of n plus x of the minus n. Ayan. So, i-add lang natin siya, guys. Okay, so when we add, no, so what will be the result? So, 1 plus 0, that is 1. Okay, 0 plus 4, that is 4. Okay, 2 plus 1, that is 3. 3 plus 3, that is 6. Okay, 1 plus 2, that is 3. Okay, 1 plus, 4 plus 0, that is 4. Okay, 1 plus 0, that is 1. Okay? Now, for the even component, this is basically divide by 2 nung previous. Okay? So, di-divide lang natin by 2 ito. So, divide by 2 natin guys yung 1. So, that is nothing but 0.5. Okay? Divide natin by 2. So, that is 2. This is 1.5. Okay, this is 3. Okay, this is 1.5. This is 2. And this is 0.5. Okay? Tapos yung nasa gitna guys, ito yung 3. That is our index 0. So, from the options, I think option letter C. Yeah, option letter C. So letter C is the answer. Okay? So letter C is the answer. So okay na, nagets na guys, no? So ganun din kung ang kailangan natin ay add component, no? So ima-minus nyo naman. So ima-minus nyo yung x of n sa x of negative n and then divide by 2 din, no? So to get the add component naman. So, and then, if you have the even component and add component to check, pag pinag-add natin sila, you should be able to produce no, the original signal. Okay, guys? Yes, sir. Okay. Yan. So, okay na tayo, guys, no, sa odd and even signal. So, now, let us move on sa next na classification ng signal. So, ano yung next na classification ng signal natin, guys? So, we have energy and power signal. Okay. So, a signal is said to be an energy signal, okay, if, okay, una, condition is that the energy ng signal ay finite. Meaning to say, if you calculate its energy, it is a finite number between 0 to infinity. Okay? And the power naman, if you calculate its power, it should be 0. Okay? So, ito yung formula guys, no, na ginagamit natin to calculate for the energy. So, for continuous time signal, we use this. Okay? For discrete time signal, ito naman yung ginagamit natin. Okay, so makikita nyo guys, no? So this is just getting the absolute value of the signal, square natin, then take the integral. Okay? Ngayon guys, kapag ka-graphical siya, okay, we have some pulses, mga commonly used pulses natin, no? So meron tayong rectangular pulse, sinusoidal pulse, tsaka triangular pulse. So ito yung mga corresponding equations or formula na ginagamit to calculate their energy. So parang hindi na tayo mag-integral guys. Okay, pero pag nag-integral kayo, ginamit yung integral, so you get the same, no? You get the same answer, no? As compared to using the formula that are here. Okay? So since this is a review class, we're not going to derive each, but basically ito yung magiging result. Okay? And then for a table here, no, I would like to highlight this. So ano tong table na ito? So ano yung effect ng various signal operation sa isang energy signal? Okay? So sinasabi dito guys, no, so let me walk you through the table. So for the energy signal, let's say the energy of x of t is E. Okay? So if perform amplitude scaling, when we say amplitude scaling, the original signal will be multiplied by a certain constant. So yung energy natin is mamumultiply by k square. No? So, in other words, kung ang signal mo, times 2 mo yung amplitude niya, yung energy mo times 4 kasi that is 2 square. So, time shifting, as you can see here, no? So, time shifting, guys. So, time shifting doesn't affect the energy of the signal. So, kahit i-shift mo siya, okay, kahit i-time shift natin siya, time delay natin siya, the energy will remain the same. However, if we perform time scaling, like for example, no, yung time mismo, nag-times tayo ng A, so the value of the energy will be divided by A. So the converse is also true. Kapag ka sa time, nag-divide tayo ng A, constant A, so yung energy, mamumultiply by A. So that's how we characterize, no, an energy signal. Okay? Yan. So, paano naman guys kapag ang signal ay power signal? Okay? So, pag power signal guys, in general, ito yung equations natin, no? So, ito yung nandito, no, sa upper right side. So, ito yung pag-calculate natin sa power ng isang signal. So, a certain signal is considered to be a power signal if, okay, yung energy natin ay infinite, okay, pero yung power natin ay finite, meaning to say from 0 to infinity. So, ito yung general formula, guys, okay? Pero if the signal is periodic, we use this, okay? We use these equations, no? If the signal is periodic. So, please take note with this note, no? Basahin ko, guys. All periodic signals are power signals, but not all power signals are periodic. Gets niya? So basically, if a signal is periodic, matic power signal na siya. Pero hindi lahat ng power signal, there are some power signals, when we say power signal siya, na-satisfy itong dalawa. Okay? Kapag na-satisfy na energy ay infinite, zero ay power signal na siya. Pero hindi siya periodic. Okay? An example niya is the unit step signal. So, unit step signal is not periodic. Okay? Pero power signal siya. Ayan, no? So, later on, no? So, we will, kapag dating natin dun sa next, natin, no? Next na lesson natin, okay? We will discuss that. Okay? Kapag pinag-aaralan natin yung various types of signals. Okay. Tapos, no, if for some reason, we want to calculate the RMS, no? So, it's just simply the square root of the power. Okay? Ayan. So, ngayon guys, look at this, no? Anong masasabi natin dito? So, ito class, kung nare-recall nyo itong, ito, di ba? Ito mismo, no? So, we have this symbol din kanina, ano? Pati ito, nakita na natin to kanina. So, anong masasabi natin dito? Di ba this is somehow similar to the energy? Yes, no? So, basically, class, no, when we say power, this is basically just getting the energy in one period, but we need to divide by the period itself, no? Kasi ang mangyayari dito guys is isipin natin na isang period lang tayo. So yung buong integral nun guys, I mean kasi 'di ba ito yung pag-compute natin ng energy. Yung pag-compute ng energy is the absolute value of the signal square. Kung makikita natin dito. Although sabi dito kasi is positive infinity at negative infinity yung bounds. Pero if we will only concentrate on one period guys, this bounds is basically the whole period itself. No? So, kung hindi natin consider lahat, kunyari, ito lang, at this certain portion lang, itong bound na lang niya ito. So, ito na rin yun, di ba? So, kumbaga, yung limit kasi na ito, this is very loosely, considered. Tatandaan nyo yun, guys, no? So, sa signals, guys, although you see minus infinity to positive infinity, in most cases, hindi yan nasusunod, eh. It depends on the nature of the signal and the bounds stated in the question pa din. Okay? Rarely natin ginagamit tong minus infinity to positive infinity as the limits. Parang sinasabi lang nito is that the energy is calculated given that bounds. Okay, so balik tayo dito guys. So as you can see, if the bounds is from 0 to t, okay, ang magiging limit mo 0 to t. So basically, this is energy. Okay, this is energy in one period divided by the period itself. So mamaya very useful yun no, kapag magka-calculate tayo ng energy ng isang signal graphically. Kasi meron tayong formula, 'di ba, in getting the energy of a certain pulse. And then tapos periodic yung signal natin. So ang ginagawa to calculate the power is getting the energy in one period divided by the period itself. Okay? So ito guys, rarely ginagamit tong dalawang formula na ito. Madalas ito guys, no? Ayan. Kasi nga, majority of the power signals are actually, I mean, a majority of the problems that are given with respect to calculating the power is actually for periodic signals. Okay? Now, punta tayo dito guys, no? Pinag-usapan din natin to kanina pag dun sa energy. Ano yung effect ng signal operation sa isang power signal? So for example, you have a signal x of t and kinuha natin yung power niyan, no? So Uh, if we perform amplitude scaling, the power will also be multiplied by the constant square. Like for example, times 2 mo yung amplitude ng iyong signal, so yung power niya mata times 4. But anything else, okay, time shifting, time scaling, it doesn't affect the power. Okay? So, hindi nakaka-apekto ng power hindi nakaka-apekto sa power, no? Yung time shifting and time scaling. Alright? Okay, sige. So, try natin to, no? So, number 17. So, if a signal x of t has finite non-zero energy, what can we conclude? Okay, no? So, ano daw masasabi natin? So, yung isang signal daw ay may finite, okay? Finite daw and non-zero energy. Okay, no? So, kumbaga finite energy siya. So, most likely, ano ang mako-conclude natin? Okay? So, medyo mahirap to, no? Kasi ang sinasabi daw ay finite energy. So, if it has finite energy, most likely, it is an energy signal. Okay, most likely. So, if it's an energy signal, therefore, it has, ano guys, yeah, zero power. Okay, it has zero power. Most likely. Okay, it has zero power. Okay? Yes. Next. Ayan, no? So, let's solve this one, guys. So, a radar system transmits a pulse, okay, signaled modeled as, okay, x of t equals 2 to the, minus 18t minus 2 to the e to the minus 90 u of t volts. Okay? So, where t is in seconds. To ensure that the system meets energy efficiency standards, determine the total energy of the signal. Okay. So, calculation lang, no? Direct substitution sa formula ng signal energy. Okay. So, how do we solve this one? Ano po ang formula ng energy ng isang signal? Since this is continuous time, so ang gagamitin natin ay integral ng minus infinity to positive infinity ng absolute value ng x of t whole square. Okay, dt. Kaya lang, in this example, okay, mababasa nyo dito, meron tayong u of t. Although, hindi pa natin i-discuss in this video series, no, yung ibig sabihin class ng u of t, the unit step signal. Ang pinaka-idea nito, guys, is the unit step signal, ang value niya ay 1 from 0 to infinity. So, and otherwise, zero siya. So, meaning to say, what U of T does is it controls the bounds. So, ibig sabihin, guys, kung zero naman siya, no, from minus infinity to zero, ibig sabihin, walang energy doon, no? So, ibig sabihin, meron lang tayong energy from zero to infinity. Ayan. Ito yung na-mention ko kanina, guys. It depends on the context of the question and most likely, hindi masusunod yung limits na minus infinity to positive infinity. Very rare case lang na ginagamit natin yung limits na yon talaga. So, it depends on the question. Like this one, since there's a presence of u of t, so ang limit natin ay magiging 0 to infinity. Okay? Absolute value, may effect lang siya kung merong imaginary component, yung ating signal. Pero since puro real naman ito, okay, you can just take this square, no? So 2 to the minus 18t, okay? Minus 2, okay? E raised to negative 90, okay? And then whole square dt. Ayan. So, and then we will solve. Okay? So you can actually square this one. Okay? Pwede nyo siyang idiretso sa calculator, guys, actually. So, let's get the integral of 2. Okay, e to the minus 18t minus 2e to the negative 90. Tapos square natin siya from 0 to infinity. So, usually, no? So, instead of infinity, ang limit, so you can just put 20 and then you can approximate. Or you can do this manually, no? So, how to do this manually? So, that is 0 to infinity. Okay, square natin siya mismo, guys. So, pag in-square natin, square the first term. So, that is 4e to the minus 36, right? 3060. Okay? Tapos, product nung dalawa times 2. So, minus ano na to? 8. So, minus 8e to the negative 2070. Okay? Tapos, square natin yung last. So, that is 4. Okay? E raised to. Okay, negative, ano guys? Negative 18t. 18t. Yan. dt. Yan to. 0 to infinity. Okay. So, paano yung integral nito, sir? There's a very known relationship, guys, na ang integral po ng e to the negative 80 from 0 to infinity is equal sa 1 over a. Okay? So, 1 over a. So, kunin lang natin ng ganun, no? So, ang mangyayari ngayon dito, since yun yung result, no? So, what will be the energy? Okay? So, bale, 4 over 36. Kasi 1 over a, di ba? O, plus, minus pala. So, that is minus, okay, 8 over 27. Okay? And then, we have plus, ano guys? 4 over 18. So, yun, no? Basta sa calculus nung tinry ko, no? Pero verify natin if we get the same result. So, 4 over 36 minus 8 over 27 plus 4 over 18. Okay, so pares lang, no? Nung in-integral diretso sa calcu, ang result is 1 upon 27 joules. Kung joules yung unit ng energy. Okay? Alright. Joules dito, no? Kasi yung unit ng, tawag dito, unit ng signal natin is in volts and T is in seconds. Kaya we have 1 over 27 joules. Okay? So, therefore, our answer is the option B. Okay? So, ayos lang, guys. Yes? Yes, sir. Alright. Okay. So, okay ha. Naintindihan naman. Alright. Okay, about this one. Calculate the energy of the DT signal. Okay, so same lang din. Formula-based tayo, guys. Pero since this is discrete time, I forgot to highlight this, no? Pero napansin nyo naman, no? What's the difference between CT and DT in terms ng calculation ng power and energy? So, ang difference niya, guys, is for CT, we do integrals. For DT, we do summations. Okay? So, what would be the solution? Let's go. So, what would be the solution? Okay. So, kung kailangan natin ng energy dito, guys, no? So, energy is equal to, okay. So, summation, ang summation natin, guys, ng, okay, anong signal natin? 1 half n u of n. Okay? Again, may u of n na naman tayo. So, it tells us that the limit is from 0 to infinity. Okay? Di ba dapat based dun sa formula kanina that is minus infinity to positive infinity. But because of the presence of, ano guys, presence of u of n, so mat-transform yung limit natin sa 0 to infinity. Okay? And then naka-square to dapat guys. 1 half, okay, raised to n, and then whole square. Okay? So yan. Kailangan isa pa yatang ganun. Okay. Ayan, no? So, basically, yung square kasi pwede mo ilagay sa loob. So like this will become 1/4 okay raised to n, no? Kasi yung etong 2, pwede kasing hindi yung n yung ano natin eh, ang square natin. Pwede yung nasa loob, no? So, property ng exponent yun, guys. Okay, so bali 1/4 raised to n. Okay, from ano guys? Okay, n is equal to 0 to infinity. So, this is now a geometric series. So, yung first term natin, that is 1. Okay, over, yan, 1 minus 1/4. Okay, so the result is what? Okay, so energy natin is 4/3. Okay, so we have the 4/3. Again guys, pwede nyo i-summation recta sa calculator yan. Bali, ang mangyayari is limit natin is pwedeng 0 to 20 lang. Okay, I mean, use the calculator, just put the summation. So, put it inside, no, the summation, and then lagay nyo 0 to 20. Approximately 4/3 yung lalabas. You don't need to do it manually. Pero it's good to know, no, kung paano siya gawin manually. Okay, guys? So, naintindihan po? Yes? Yes. So, that's how you calculate the signal energy, no? In a discrete time. Okay, how about number 20? Let's have this one. So, a time domain energy signal x of t has an energy of 10 joules. Calculate the energy of the signal y of t equals twice ng x of 5t minus 6. Okay, sige, no? So, this is a very good question, guys, no? So, let's try to solve this. So, what would be our solution? Okay. So this is a very good question, guys. So sabi daw dito, class, no? So you have the x of t. So ano daw ang energy ni x of t? So the energy of the x of t, okay, is 10 joules. So this is 10 joules, guys. Okay. So ngayon ang hinahanap is, isa-isayin natin, no? Yung signal operation. So pwede naman yun, no? So amplitude scaling muna. So we have 2 of x of t. Yan. So kunin natin yung energy ng 2 times x of t. So, naalala nyo guys, no? So, yung nangyayari, anong effect ng amplitude scaling sa signal energy? Okay, sa energy signal. So, multiply nyo siya ng 2 square times the original energy. Okay? So, the result is 40 joules. Okay, kasi 'di ba yung pag nag-amplitude scaling ka, sa kabilang side, mamumultiply siya sa square nung pinang-amplitude scale mo. Next natin is, we're gonna perform, okay, shifting muna. So, we have t minus 6. So, sir, una ba talaga ang time shift bago mo ita times 5? Yes. Sa natural order, guys, ng signal operation, nauuna ang shifting bago ang scaling. Last ang folding. Okay? Yan. Although, di na natin pag-aaralan yung transformations ng independent variable, pero yun yung nangyayari doon, guys. Okay? So you can research, no, or you can just read, no. Kasi in the context ng boards, no, hindi siya masyadong natatanong gawa ng kasi mahirap maglagay ng diagram sa mga options, no? Parang ganun yung idea. Okay? Sige. So, ngayon, nag-time tayo guys? Nag-time shift tayo. Time shift doesn't affect the energy. So, ibig sabihin, kung 40 joules kanina, 40 joules pa rin ngayon. Okay? And the next natin ay 2x of, guys, 5t minus 6. So, ito ay, guys, time scaling. So, na-remember, dahil nag-times 5 tayo dito, okay, sa t, okay, for the t itself, nag-times 5 tayo dito. So, sa kabilang side, anong magiging effect niya? So, itong 40 joules, madi-divide by 5. So, what's the result, guys? So, this is nothing but the 8 joules. Okay, this is nothing but the 8 joules. Okay? Ayan, no? So, ang answer natin, class, that is option B, 8 joules. Okay? So, naintindihan po? Nagets naman, guys? Yes? Yes, sir. All right. All right. Okay. So next question tayo guys. So calculate the signal power of the signal shown. Assume amplitude is in volts and time is in seconds. Okay. So as you can see, no, this is a periodic signal. So kunin natin to as our one period, no? So nakita nyo naman yung umuulit. So let's say guys that this is our one period. So let me just highlight this. Ayan. So ito yung one period natin guys. Okay? So, day one period natin. So, yan yung nag-uulit-ulit, di ba? So, kung nare-recall nyo kanina, no? So, one shortcut, hindi mo shortcut, no? But observation that we can have, okay, in energy and power signals is that the power of a signal, okay, is actually, based sa result, no? We can actually get this by getting the energy in one period. So, energy, okay, in one period divided by the period itself. Divided by the period itself. Okay? Ayan, no? O, sige, no? So, calculate natin yung energy in one period, guys. So, basically, kung natin yung energy dito. So, dito, guys, syempre, since nandito siya, wala siyang amplitude, so, yung energy nito is zero. Okay? So, yung first energy natin ay zero. So, yung second energy, guys, so, ito. Okay? So, ito. Ayan, no? Yan, no? So, what is the energy of this? So, ang amplitude niya ay 4. By the way, since this is rectangular pulse, so ano nga uli ang energy ng rectangular pulse, guys? Okay, so, let me write here. So, let's say ito yung ating coordinate axis. Okay, ano ba ang energy ng isang rectangular pulse? So, say this is the rectangular pulse. Teka, nagising ko yung drawing. Yan, ito yung rectangular pulse. So, this is the B, the base, and this is the A, amplitude. So, yung energy ng rectangular pulse, this is given as A square B. So, this is nothing but A square B. Okay, so to calculate the energy of this, so since ang amplitude ay 4 at ang pulse width is from 2 to 5, so that's 3. So, that's 4 square times 3. Okay? So, this is 4 square times 3. So, that's how you calculate the energy of this. No? So, let me write it here. Yan. Okay, so that is, ano guys, energy is equal sa 4 square times 3. So what is this energy guys? This is 48. Tama ba? Yeah, 48. Okay, so the energy of this is 48. Okay, so nagigets guys? Yes. Okay, ito namang nasa baba. Paano naman itong nasa baba? This is the third part, okay, of our signal. Okay, so itong third part, guys, okay? So, ano yung amplitude niya? So, amplitude niya is -2. Pulse width niya is from 5 to 7, so that is 2. So, the energy of this is simply equal sa, ano guys, -2 square, okay, times 2. No? So, -2 square times 2. So, anong energy nito, guys? Energy natin ay 8. Okay, energy niya ay 8. So, if ika-calculate natin yung signal energy, no? So, what would that be? Okay, what would that be? So let me just uh, move this here. Okay. So add lang natin yung energy in one period, guys. So we have the 0, okay, plus, okay, 48, okay, plus 8. Okay, divided by the total period, no? I mean, yung isang buong period, from 0 to 7, so that is 7. Okay, so what would be the power, guys? So, bali, 56 to, no? Divide by 7, so we have the 8 watts. Okay, we have the 8 watts. Watts yung unit niya kasi naka-volts and seconds yung amplitude and time po natin. Okay? So the answer is option B, we have the 8 watts. Okay? So, naintindihan guys? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay. Sige. How about this one, guys? So, determine the RMS value of the given signal. So, x of t ay equal sa a sine of t. Okay. So how are we going to do to solve this one, guys? So we're gonna use the ano no for the solution. Okay. So we're going to use the definition, okay, of a power, signal power. So ano nga ulit ang signal power pag continuous time, guys? So this is 1 over the period, okay, integral ng 0 to the period, okay, ng absolute value of the x of t, okay, square dt. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. So in this case, tingnan muna natin yung sine of t. Okay? So how to get the period of this? So 'di ba ano siya? Ang format natin ay sine omega t. So basically the frequency the omega here is equal to 1. Tama? Tama guys, no? So kasi walang factor yung ano, walang factor yung t. So therefore, pagka wala, yung omega natin is equal to 1. So what is the period, guys? So period is 2 pi over omega. So 2 pi over 1. So t natin is equal sa 2 pi. Okay? T natin is equal sa 2 pi. So, therefore, no, so we have, okay, 1 upon 2 pi. Yan, tapos integral ng 0 to 2 pi. Yan, 0 to 2 pi. Okay, tapos naka-square si sine. So, bali parang a square yan. Tapos, sine square t. Okay, dt. Okay, guys? So, yung a square, guys, you can push this outside. So, this is, kumbaga, a square over 2 pi. And then, let's just get the integral ng 0 to 2 pi. Okay, ng, guys, sine square. Okay, sine square t dt. Okay? So, we can use the calculator, no? Kasi, naman siya, directly calculatable. May ganun ba yun? Calculatorable. Okay? So, we can just use our calculator to evaluate this integral. Okay, let's just do it manually. Okay, so we have pi here. We have the pi here. Okay, so this is this one, the value of this from the calculator, guys. So try it. Okay, so ang value na makuha natin class, that is the pi. Okay, so this is pi. So this is nothing but the pi. So pi yan. So ang mangyari class, that would be, yung power natin, no, ay equal sa, okay, a square over 2 pi, okay, multiply by pi. So that is nothing but a square over 2. So actually, ito yung no, tawag doon. Kung nare-recall nyo yung ah, sinusoidal pulse, no? So ganun siya na-derive. Parang similar dito. Okay, now kailangan natin ng RMS, no? So what is X RMS, guys? So yung RMS is simply the square root of the power. So you just get the square root of this one. So square root natin is A upon square root ng 2. So A upon the square root of 2. Okay? So therefore, our answer is option letter A. Option letter A. Okay, so okay lang. So nagets naman, guys? Yes? Yes, sir. So ganun lang, ha? Okay. Alright. So now let's move on sa next nating classification ng signal. So signal can be classified as either conjugate symmetric or conjugate anti-symmetric. Okay? So a signal is referred to as a conjugate symmetric if. Okay? So yung conjugate, guys, paano mo sabihin ng conjugate, no? So to give you an idea, ang ibig sabihin ng conjugate, like for example, no, we have 2 plus J3. Okay? So ang conjugate niyan ay 2 minus J3. Okay? So yun ang ibig sabihin ng conjugate, guys. Okay? So kumbaga yung imaginary part maiba yung sign. So, a certain signal, this signal, therefore, syempre, has imaginary and real components, no? So, yung mga signal na nagpo-fall under this should be not purely real or purely imaginary. Dapat complex, no? Yung signal natin. So, a signal is referred to as conjugate symmetric if kapag sinubstitute natin yung negative t, ang magiging result is yung conjugate niya. Yung symbol na may asterisk na ganyan means conjugate. Okay? Tapos, pag x of negative n tas x of n niya, this is conjugate symmetric. Okay? Ngayon, ano yung implication niya? It is written here. Just let me read. A key implication of this property is that the real part of a conjugate symmetric signal is an even signal while its imaginary part is odd signal. Ayan. No, sabi ko nga, guys, no, yung merong conjugate symmetric and conjugate antisymmetric, itong property na ito or classification ng signal na ito ay meron lang if your signal is complex. Meaning to say, may imaginary part siya and real part at the same time. So, even kapag ka yung real part mo daw ay even signal siya, and kapag ka yung ating odd signal, ang imaginary part ay odd signal naman, so this is conjugate symmetric. On the other hand, guys, no, so ito ay conjugate antisymmetric. So, ang symbol nito, ang shorthand nito ay CS, ito naman ay CAS, CAS, no, CAS. So, ang conjugate antisymmetric is x of minus t. Pag nag-substitute ka ng negative time, the result is the conjugate pero opposite sign. Similarly, ganun din sa finite length sequence. So in this case, the real part of a conjugate antisymmetric signal is odd naman and the imaginary part is an even signal. So kabaliktaran nung sa conjugate symmetric. Okay guys? Yes. Okay, sige. Tapos, of course, no, hindi naman, definitely, hindi lahat ng signal ay either CS or CAS. So, we can actually decompose them, no? If you have an arbitrary complex valued signal, meaning to say, just a normal signal, no? So you can actually decompose it to its CAS and CS part by using the equations or formula as shown. Okay, guys? Yes. Okay? Clear po? Sige, no? Alright. Sige, let's talk about this one. A discrete time signal is given by x of t equals j sine ng 4 pi t. How would you classify this signal? Okay. So what will be our solution, guys? Solve natin. So what will be our solution? So how do we classify this? May classify daw natin with either CAS, okay, or kung CS or CAS. So paano nga gagawin natin, class? We have the x of t, right? We have the x of t. So yung x of t, this is given as j ng ano, guys, sine ng 4 pi t. We have sine ng 4 pi t. Now, class, paano pang naglagay tayo ng x of negative t? Yan, naglagay tayo ng x of negative t. So, pag naglagay tayo ng x of negative t, ang mangyari dito, that will be j sine ng, ano guys, sine ng 4 pi times the negative t. Times negative t. Or, hindi ko na gaganunin ha. Siyempre, pag naging negative dito, yung buong nasa loob magiging negative. Negative 4 pi t. But, of course, no, all of you are familiar with the, what happens to sine function. Okay? If hindi, sige, I'll summarize it again. I'll remind you guys. Ang sine function, class, ang sine po, pag naglagay ka ng negative x sa kanya, ito ay magiging negative sine x. Okay? For cosine, hindi ganun, no? So, kunyari, cosine of negative x, ang result niyan, cosine of x pa din. Okay? Because sine is odd function and cosine is even function. So in other words, guys, ano mangyayari dito po? So mangyayari dito yung x of negative t natin ay equal sa negative, okay? J sine ng 4 pi t. J sine ng 4 pi t. Okay? So ngayon, kung i-compare natin to, no? Okay, ito uli. Ito guys. Yan. Ito ha. This is, ano no, although this is purely imaginary, okay, pagka ganyan kasi class, you can write its real part, no? So how do you write the real part of this? How do you write the real part of this? So to write the real part of this, you just put 0, right? So yung x of t natin is equal to 0 plus j ng, ano, sine ng 4 pi t. J sine ng 4 pi t. Now, if I ask you guys, get its conjugate. So, kunin natin yung conjugate niya. Anong alin magkuha ng conjugate? Tinurang ko na kanina, di ba? So, to get that conjugate, parang ito, no? So, yun, ayun, di ba? So, to get the conjugate, you just change the sign of the, ano guys, just change the sign of the imaginary part. So, since this is 0 plus j sine ng 4 pi t, ang kanyang conjugate ay 0 minus j sine ng 4 pi t. Okay, sine ng 4 pi t. Okay? And therefore, what is the yung kanyang conjugate, guys? This is minus j ng sine ng 4 pi t. And what is this? And what is this, guys? So, tama ba na yun yung ating ano class? Ito yung result natin kanina, no? So, ito yun. Yun siya. At ito yun. Okay? So, what can you say, guys? They are the same, right? So, paano nga uli kapag yung x of negative t ay equal sa conjugate? Yes, that is conjugate symmetric. That is what we call as the conjugate symmetric signal. So, kunyari, ang lumabas dito is the opposite sign. So, kunyari, naging positive j naman siya, for instance. Like, this is plus j sine ng 4 pi t, yung conjugate. So, that would be the conjugate antisymmetric. That would be the conjugate antisymmetric. Okay? So, naintindihan naman? Yes, yes. Okay. Sige. So, let's have this one, guys. So, given the following discrete finite length signal, so ito yun siya, decompose the signal and solve for the conjugate antisymmetric component. Okay. So, what would be our solution? So, what would be our solution? Sige, let us solve, guys. Okay. So, ang kailangan natin makuha, okay, so let me write first the finite length sequence of our x of n. So, kunin ko muna yung x of n natin, alright? So, what is our x of n? We have 1 plus j2, okay? Then, we have 3 minus j1, okay? And then, we have the 4. So, yung 4 natin, that is the index 0. And then, let's get the 5 plus J3. Okay, 5 plus J3. And then we have the 2 minus J4. We have the 2 minus J4. Okay. So, based sa formula ng decomposition, ano yung kailangan natin? Kailangan natin ng x of negative t. Ito guys na, although t lang siya, pwedeng maging n to ha. Yung nakalagay dito kasi is for t lang, for continuous time. But of course, it can also be applied for discrete time. So, kailangan natin ng conjugate antisymmetric, right? So, for conjugate antisymmetric, we need to get the x of minus t. So, what is x of minus n in this case? Okay? So, for the x of minus n, so ano siya, no? Gagawin, i-fold lang natin siya. So, ang mangyayari is, ito yung 2 minus j4. Mag-start tayo sa dulo. Okay, mare-reverse lang kumbaga. We have 5 plus j3. Okay? And then we have 4 pa din. And then 3 minus j1. Okay? And finally, we have the 1 plus j2. 1 plus j2. Okay? So, nakakasunod guys? Gets naman? Yes. Okay, now for the conjugate. No? So, kailangan natin ng conjugate no, dun sa formula. So, for the conjugate naman, okay, huwag malilito ha. Ang reference natin is yung original signal. So, that is 1 minus J2. Okay, this one is 3 plus J1. Okay, again, ang reference natin is original. Since this is purely real, 4 pa din to, no? So, ang conjugate ng real number is the real number itself. Okay, and then this is 5 plus J3. So, this is 5 minus J3. Okay, and finally, we have the 2 minus J4, so 2 plus J4. So, kinuha natin yung conjugate nila. And then, we will add, no? So, kunin natin yung x of minus n plus x, okay, conjugate of n. So, i-add natin yan sa class. Okay? So, let's go. Add natin. So, 2 minus j4, 1 minus j2, that is 3 minus j6. So, 3 minus j6. Okay. So, next natin is, okay, 5 plus j3 plus 3 plus j1. So, 8 plus j4. So, this is 8 plus j4. Okay. Next natin, guys, 4 plus 4. So, that's 8. Okay. 5 minus j3, 8 minus j4. So, this is 8 minus j4. Okay. And then, finally, no, so, 3 plus j6. We have the 3 plus j6. And then, of course, no, so, to get the cast part, no, so, what will be the x kas of n? So, you just divide by 2, no, yung sum. Like, this is 1.5 minus j3. Okay, comma, 4 plus J2. 4 plus J2, comma, okay, 4. Next is, okay, that is 4 minus J2. 4 minus J2. And then we have what? Yung 3 plus J6 divide by 2 natin. So that is, ano guys, 1.5. Ay, teka, sorry. What I'm getting pala here is the uh, CS, no? Ayan. Oops. Oops. Okay, no? So, CS pala to, no? So, CAS nga pala yung kailangan. So, minus to, guys. Ah! Okay. So, sorry, guys, no? So, we need to repeat everything. Sorry. Okay, kasi ang kailangan natin, class, is the CAS. So, kailangan minus. Okay. Ang nakuha natin, guys, is actually the CS part. Okay. So, we need to subtract. Okay, no? So, pardon. No? So, game, i-minus natin siya. Okay, so that is 1 minus J2. Pag minus natin. So, that is 1 minus J2, right? Okay. And then, subtract natin 2 plus J2. So, that is the 2 plus J2. Okay? And then, 4 minus 4, that is the 0. Okay? Tapos ito, i-minus natin. Negative 2 plus J2. Negative 2 plus J2. Okay, tapos i-minus natin yung last. That is negative 1 minus J2. So, negative 1 minus J2. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then finally, we need to divide by 2. So, divide by 2 natin. So, we have the, okay, 0.5. Okay, minus J1. That is 1 plus J1. That is 0. Okay. It's negative 1 plus J1. Alright. Then, it is negative 0.5 minus J1. Okay. So from the options, that is, I think, option, okay, no? So dalawa sa options ang pwede. Parehas yung C and D, okay? So maybe there's a mistake in encoding the options, but yeah. So both of them, no? They are the same. If I'm not mistaken, right? They are the same, right? Yes. It actually looks the same. At yun yung answer. Okay, yung nakuha natin kanina, guys, that is the conjugate symmetric part, no? So yung inad natin siya and then divide by 2. So this one is the conjugate antisymmetric part. So you add them, divide by 2. Okay, so yeah. Ito siya, no? Yes. Okay, so that's it. So, next na classification ng signal naman natin, okay, so this is causal, anti-causal, and non-causal signal. So, ito madali lang guys, no? So, to classify a certain signal to be causal, anti-causal, and non-causal, pag sinabi natin causal guys, okay, ang tatandaan nyo lang ay pakanan yung signal natin. This is a right-sided signal. This is a right-sided signal. Okay? So, meaning to say, no, before time 0, okay, lahat ng value niya, guys, ay 0. No? So, after time 0, may value siya. Okay? So, right-sided siya pag ginraph. Okay? So, that is causal. Pag anti-causal naman, pa-left. Okay? This is a left-sided signal. So, meaning to say, before time 0, may value siya, but after time 0, wala na. Okay? So, this is anti-causal. Okay? So, again, madaling tandaan, di ba? Pag causal, pa kanan. Pag anti-causal, pa kaliwa. Okay? Towards the left. Ngayon, class, we have here the non-causal. So, basically, strictly speaking, okay? Strictly speaking, guys, a signal is considered to be non-causal if it is not causal. Okay? Pag ang signal natin ay hindi causal, non-causal yun, matik. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, anti-causal is considered to be non-causal. Pero specifically, pag pa-left, anti-causal yung term. So, kapag ka pa-right, causal. Now, pag two-sided ng signal natin, ito yung non-causal. Again, strictly speaking, anti-causal is also considered to be non-causal. Okay? Because non-causal is a term that is more general. However, guys, no, so for you to visualize it, so we use non-causal if the signal is two-sided. Meaning to say, di ba, origin? Okay? Kapag may value siya sa left, may value siya sa right, non-causal yan. Okay, guys? Yes. Okay, no? So let's have this, no? Next question, guys. Which of the following statements is true regarding causal, anti-causal, and non-causal signal? Okay, so pag sinabi nating ano, guys? Pag sinabi nating uh, alin dito sa mga statement na to? A causal signal is defined as a signal that exists for both positive and negative values of time. This is false. Because this is the definition for what? This is the definition for the non-causal, right? Option B, anti-causal signal has all of its non-zero values for t is greater than 0. This is false. Because for anti-causal, ang non-zero niya, yung t is less than 0. Kasi nga towards the left. Kasi nga towards the left siya. Okay, no? So, this is false. Option C, non-causal signal, okay, has non-zero values in both positive and negative values of time. So, this is true. So, dahil true siya, that is the correct answer. Yan. So, dahil true siya, that is the correct answer. Okay? So, gets naman? Yes, yes. Okay. Ayan, guys. Okay. So, now let's move on sa next topic natin. So, next topic natin is classification of systems naman. Okay? So, we are done with the classification of signals. Now, let's talk about the classification of systems. Okay. First is, let's classify the system, whether it's static or dynamic. So, pag static, guys, okay, wala siyang memory. So, this is called as a memoryless system. Pag dynamic naman, guys, it has memory. Okay? So, it is called as system with memory. So, paano ba malalaman or how can we differentiate if a certain signal or certain system is static or dynamic? So, pag sinabi nating static, guys, okay, so puro present values lang tayo. Okay? So, yung system natin, yung output natin, O/P stands for output, okay? So, if the output of a system depends only on present values of input, so this is called a static system. Ano ang ibig sabihin nun? So, basically, hindi siya dapat nakadepende sa past or sa future. So, present lang siya. Actually, ako din, no, nung student ako, nalilito ako doon. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Okay, ano ba ibig sabihin nung past, present, gano'n, no? So, bigyan ko ng example ng system. So, let's say, our system, guys, is, okay, just a simple like this. So, y of t, okay, is equal sa twice ng x of t. So meaning to say guys na yung output ng system natin ay ita-times to mo yung input natin. So as you can see here guys, no? Okay? Yung time natin, okay, ito yung time. So dito nakadepende, dito sinasabi natin yung ano, dito natin malalaman kung past, present, or future. So halimbawa guys, no, if the input time is 1, kung time natin is equal sa 1, so bali ang mangyayari dyan is y of 1 is equal sa twice ng x of 1. So, if time is 2, may time is 2, so y of 2 is equal sa twice ng x of 2. So, ibig sabihin, no, to get the output of the system, you don't need any other values other than the present value itself. Gets? Di ba? So, kunyari, output mo, ita-times 2 mo lang yung current value niya. Okay? Because not all systems are like this. Not all systems are like this. Okay? So, bigyan ko ng example ng system na may memory. Okay? So, I erase this, ha? Sige, wag na pala. So, kunyari yung system natin something like this, no? So, yung y of t natin, okay, is equal sa x of t, okay, plus, okay, x of t minus 1. Ayan. So, yung y of t natin na equal sa x of t plus x of t minus 1. So, what does it mean? So, when time is equal sa 1, okay, kumbaga kailangan mo ng y of 1. So, to get y of 1, you need x of 1, tsaka, ano, x of 0. So, currently, nasa 1 na tayo, right? No? Pero, as you can see here, to get the value of y of 1, you still need to get the x of 0. And x of 0 is actually a past value. Okay? So, this is a pass value. So, in other words, guys, no, pagka ganito, no, the system is said to be dynamic. Hindi siya static. Because to get the value, okay, of y of 1, tandaan na, ang time natin is currently time of 1. Okay? Ito yung present natin. So, this is the present. Okay? This is the present. Present value to. So, present value natin ay 1. Time equals 1. So, y of 1, this is in the present. This is in the present. This is in the past. Okay? Value niya kanina. Okay? Currently, time equals 1 na tayo ngayon, di ba? Value niya kanina. So, kailangan natin yun. So, pagka ganun, guys, therefore, the system is said to be dynamic. Okay? So, hindi siya static. So, this is not a memory-less system. This is a system with memory. Because we actually need the past value. Okay? To be able to get the output of the system. Okay? So, madali magets, no? Yes. Okay, sige, no? So, try natin to, guys. Which of the following systems, okay, is are static? Okay? Which of the following systems, okay, is or are static? No? So, meron tayong apat na systems, guys. So, check natin isa-isa, no, kung static ba siya or dynamic. Okay? Paano, sir? Ano lang, mag-a-assign lang tayo ng particular value of time na yun yung present value natin. Tapos titingnan natin kung kakailanganan ba natin ng either future or past value. Okay? So, try natin yung system 1. Okay, try natin yung system 1, guys. So, for our solution, we will check the system 1. So, yung system 1 natin, class, okay, sabi dito, for the system 1, yung y of t natin, okay, ay equal, guys, sa x of t, okay, plus the x of minus t. Okay, guys. So, kunyari, sabihin natin, ang current value natin, yung present value natin, ha, ay t is equal to 1. So, ito yung present natin. So, kailangan natin ng y of 1 is equal sa x of 1, okay, plus, x of, negative 1. As you can see here, no, x of negative 1, this is nothing but the what? This is nothing but the past value, guys. So, this is a past value. Okay? So, therefore, okay, 1 is not static. This is actually dynamic. Okay? This is actually dynamic. Okay, guys? Sige, no? So, let us check the system 2. So, for the system 2, guys, sabi raw rito, yung y of t natin ay equal sa x of, okay, sine of t. Yan. So suppose guys na mag-set tayo guys ng value ng time. Okay. Para madali nyo siyang madali nyo siyang magets. So let's try what if the time is equal sa pi or the 3.14, right? So let's say the time equals pi. So yun yung present natin ngayon. Yun yung time natin currently right now. So we have y of pi, okay, which is the 3.14 ha, is equal to, ano guys? Is equal to x ng sine ng pi. But what is sine ng pi guys? Okay, what is sine ng pi? So sine ng pi, sine ng 180 degrees. So sine of pi, that is actually 0. So this is actually 0. Okay? Again, currently ang value natin ay 3.14. Yung sine of pi is actually 0. So in other words, guys, no, yung y of pi, which is the 3.14, ay equal sa x of 0. So again, hindi present value yan. 'Di ba? Kasi ang present value mo pi, pero kailangan mo ng value ng x of 0, which is actually a past value. So this is a past value. Yan. Kasi ang present mo ay pi, right? So this is a past value. So therefore, again, this is not static system. So this is a dynamic system. Okay? Naintindihan na guys? Nagets naman? Okay, sige, no? So, get the even part, the real part of the signal. So, paano kunin yung real part ng signal natin, guys? Paano ba kunin yung real part? Kunyari, complex yung signal mo. Kunyari, pakita ko lang ha. Kunyari, 3 plus J4. Okay, how to get the real part here? So, to get the real part here, kailangan mo lang nung, conjugate niya. So, 3 minus J4, di ba? So, i-add mo siya. So, 6 plus 0, and then divide by 2. So, 3. So, ganun siya, di ba? So, to get the real part of the signal, i-add mo yung signal sa conjugate niya, then divide by 2. Ano kasi may sasabi ko? Kasi di ba, kunyari, yung 3 plus J4, ito yung value ng complex number mo. So, how to extract 3? So, to extract 3, you need to add it to its conjugate. So, 3 minus J4, di ba yung conjugate niya? Pag inad mo siya, okay, divide by, ano guys? Divide by 2. So, tas divide by 2. So, in other words, guys, no, kapag gusto mong kunin yung real part, okay? So, if you want to get the real part of x of t, so the operation that you need to do is, kunin mo yung x of t, kukunin mo yung conjugate ng x of t, okay, yung conjugate niya, and then you divide by 2. Okay? Gets, guys? Yes. So, kung ito yung y of t natin, so yung y of t is equal sa, okay, x of t plus x conjugate of t, okay, all over 2. So, in this case, guys, no, so, kunyari, mag-assign ka ng 1. So, y of 1 equals x of 1 plus conjugate, okay, ni x of 1 over 2. As you can see here, no, all throughout the operation, so you have 1, you have 1, and you have 1. So, all throughout, you only use, ano guys, you only use, okay, present values, right? Pare-pare silang 1, right? So, therefore, this is actually a static system. So, this is a static system. Okay? So, nagigets naman, guys? Yes. And finally, no, so we have the 4. Although wala tayong option 3 and 4, no? No, pero check na rin natin, no, para complete tayo. So, yung option 4 natin is even signal. So, alam natin na yung even signal is simply equal sa, ano guys, x of n, okay, plus x of minus n, okay, divide by 2. So, from here, it's obvious, guys, kunyari, y of 1 tayo. So, we have, ano class, x of 1 plus x of negative 1 over 2. So, itong x of negative 1 is actually a past value. So, this is a past value. So, dahil past value siya, therefore, again, this is a dynamic system. As you can see here, no? So, ano lang static, guys? So, C, okay, letter C, the third system only. So, the third system only. Okay? So, nagigets na, guys? Kailan siya static, kailan siya dynamic? Yes? Yes, sir. Alright. Okay. Yan, low pits. Ayos, ayos. Okay. Sige. So next natin guys, no, is actually the causal and non-causal system. Okay. So again, no, maraming nalilito dito sa causal and non-causal. Okay. So ganyan pa guys. So a system is causal, okay, if it is dependent or kumbaga, it is independent of future values. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So dapat nakadepende lang siya sa past tsaka sa present. Okay? Sir, I'm confused, no? What is past, present, or what does it mean? Okay, ganito, guys. So, kunyari, ang present natin ay y of 1. Okay? Kaya, may y of 1 ka. This is the present, no? Okay. This is the present value. So, kunyari, dun sa expression natin, nagkaroon tayo ng x of negative 1, nagkaroon ka ng x of 1, at nagkaroon ka ng x of 2, for instance. So, itong x of negative 1, this is a past value, okay, with regards to the y of 1. So, ito naman ay present niya kasi same sila na 1. Tapos ito naman, since 2, forward yan, right? So, this is a future value. So, ibig sabihin, class, no, a system is considered to be causal kung ang values lang na meron siya ay either past or present. Okay, walang future. Okay, past and present lang, walang future. Now, a system is said to be non-causal if the output, okay, ay nakadepende sa past, present, and future. Okay, guys? Ayun. Tapos, ito, kung future lang, hindi kasama yung present and past, kaya na pure future values lang. Like for example, yung system natin ay y of t is equal sa x of t plus 1. So, di ba? Any number that you substitute for the time, you'll always get a future, right? Like for example, you get y of 1. So, x of 2 ang kailangan mo dyan. So, this is said to be anti-causal because it is only dependent on the future values. Okay? So, gets guys? Ulit ang causal is present and past. Ang non-causal is present, past, and future any. Okay? Tapos pag puro future lang, that would be anti-causal. That would be anti-causal. Okay, guys? Yes. Okay, so let's have this one, guys. Let's have this one. So, which of the following systems is causal? No? So, ano daw dito ang causal, guys? Okay? Sige, no? So, check natin na which of the following systems is causal. So, pagka ganyan, kailangan isa-isahin natin, class, no? So, what will be our solution? Okay. So, first is, kunin natin, no? So, for letter A, sabi rito is y of t, okay, is equal sa x to the negative t. Okay. So, if we choose t equals negative 1, so yun yung present natin ngayon, negative 1. So, lalabas dito is y of negative 1 ay equal sa x of, ano yung negative ng negative 1? This is positive 1. In relationship to minus 1, ang positive 1 ay future. Right? So, this is future. Yan. So, future value to. Okay? Future value siya. So, therefore, this is non-causal. So, mali itong A. Mali yung A, guys. Okay? So, actually, basta may presence ng folding, like yung minus T. Okay? Kung may minus T, guys, automatically, that is what? Okay? Kapag may presence ng negative T, automatically, that is considered to be non-causal. Okay? That's considered to be non-causal. So, ibig sabihin, no, yung letter B natin, so letter A to, no? Option A to. Okay, so this is for option A. So, for option B, okay, for option B, guys, paano yung option B? So, yung option B, ang mangyari dito, guys, is yung odd, okay, di ba? Ibig sabihin nito is odd component. So, yung y of t natin, class, this is, ano po? Okay, we have the x of t, okay, plus x of negative t, okay, all over 2. So, therefore, this is non-causal, no? Kasi may presence tayo nung folding. So, again, guys, pag may presence ka ng folding, matik yon. Kasi kapag nag-assume kayo dito na ang ilagay mong t is negative 1, so yun yung present mo, you'll always get a positive, right? X of 1, which is in the future, in relationship or relative to the negative 1. So, therefore, this is also non-causal. So, mali na to. Okay? Yan. So, naintindihan guys? Nagets po? Okay, sige, sige. So, now, how about this one, no? So, option, letter C. So, for letter C, okay, so we have, okay, y of t, okay, is equal sa x sine of t. Okay, x ng sine of t. X ng sine of t. Okay. So, if we will have, let's say guys, ano, no? Let's say negative, uh, say negative pi, not negative pi, negative pi over 2. Negative pi over 2. Okay? So what is the sign of the negative pi over 2? Okay, we have negative 1. Okay. So if we set a negative, like for example, we put negative pi, okay, para buo yung number na makuha natin. So that is negative pi, negative pi over 2 rather, sorry. Negative pi over 2. Okay, so negative pi over 2 guys. So ano makukuha natin? So that would be x ng ano guys? Okay, sine ng negative pi over 2. But what is negative pi over 2 guys? Negative pi over 2 is negative 1. So this is negative 1. Okay, so this is negative 1. So therefore, no? So we have y of, okay, negative 1.57 to, right? In terms ng decimal. So we're gonna get x of negative 1. Okay? So what occurs first? So what occurs first is negative 1.57 bago yung negative 1. 'Di ba? Kumbaga, negative 1.57 pa lang, pero kailangan mo na ng value na negative 1. So therefore, this is future value again. Okay? Future value uli siya. No? Okay, future value uli siya. Kasi 'di ba, pag negative number, mas mauuna kapag mas malaki. So negative 1.57 is mauna siya bago yung negative 1. So ibig sabihin, para makuha mo yung negative 1.57, kailangan mo ng value in the future. Kailangan mo ng value in the future. Okay? So therefore, this is again non-causal. So therefore, this is ano guys, non-causal. Okay? Yes? Yes. Okay. Now, for the option D, okay, so you might be wondering, sir, sabi kasi dito, yung y of t natin is the integral from minus infinity to time, minus infinity to t, okay, ng x of z dz. So, bali parang magkakaroon pa rin siya ng negative na time, sir, no? Pero y of t pa rin siya. So, di ba pagka may negative siya, okay, may negative po, hindi po ba ibig sabihin automatically non-causal na siya? Actually, hindi. Kasi ano ba ibig sabihin ng integral? Integral is basically the summation, right? So in other words, guys, yung option D, okay, yung option D is sa y of t natin, okay, y of t mismo, no? So this is equivalent sa integral ng minus infinity to t ng x of z dz. So ibig sabihin, guys, no, yung y of t, okay, is actually, okay, kukunin mo yung sum, di ba? Integral is the sum. Kukunin mo yung sum ng value mula x of minus infinity hanggang x of t. Not basically summation as in summation ng integral na summation symbol, but rather i-add mo lahat eh. I-add mo lahat ng values, okay, okay, so from x of negative infinity, okay, to, ano guys, x of t. So, ibig sabihin guys, no, ito, ang x of negative infinity, kaya x of negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, puro yan past values, right? Puro yan past values hanggang x of t. So, hanggang x of t lang. So, kunyari, nilagay ko rito ay, for example, okay, y of negative 1. So, kung y of negative 1, this is from, x of negative infinity to, x of negative 1. So, hindi natin kailangan kumuha, okay, ng, hindi natin kailangan kumuha ng future value. So, wala siyang future value, di ba? Kasi ang minus infinity hanggang what number itself it is, so that is past and present. You understand? Okay, so therefore, dahil wala tayong future values involved dito, so therefore, letter D, option D is actually a causal system. Okay? Causal system siya. Okay, naiintindihan guys? So siguro no, magulo yung pagkakasulat ko dito, no. So basically, the integral is actually the area, no. So 'di ba pa naging integral ka is area. So pag ibig sabihin nito, no, y of t is equal sa area, okay, area of x of z, area ng x of z from guys, from minus infinity up to the present, up to t. Okay? Hindi natin kailangan kumuha ng future value to get the value of that. I hope it makes sense, no? Okay, hindi siya kagaya nito, no? Kasi siya integral siya kumbaga, kinukuha natin yung range of values mula minus infinity hanggang t. We cannot simply kung nag-assign tayo ng negative 1, ang mangyayari diyan is minus infinity hanggang negative 1 lang. Hindi lalabas yung positive 1. You understand? Nagigets naman? Yes. Okay? Ayan, no? So, yun yung confusion dito, no? Hindi porket may minus infinity yan, guys, is automatically, this is, guys, non-causal. Pag may minus t, not minus not minus values, but rather minus t. Kapag may minus t tayo guys sa expression natin, okay? So, ibig sabihin, meron tayo, ano siya, no, magiging non-causal na siya. Okay, guys? Yes? Ayan, so, hopefully that is clear, no? Okay. So, next natin, guys, is ito na, no? Okay, isa na to sa pinaka-importanting classification. And we have the linear and non-linear system. Okay. So, kasi yung pinaka-end goal natin dito sa pag-aaral natin ng systems is ma-classify natin yung mga LTI. Okay? So, yung L sa LTI is linear. So, paano ba malalaman if a system is linear and non-linear? Actually, before, I was really still confused no, with regards to this. But when I found this visual, okay, it all made sense. Okay? So, paano ba natin masasabi if a certain system is linear? So, if a certain system is linear, it needs to follow the law of superposition. And the law of superposition consists of two properties, additivity and homogeneity. Okay? So, ito yung additivity, guys. So, for example po, no, you have a system. Okay? Meron kang system na ang input mo ay X, ang output mo ay Y. So, sa system natin, guys, pag nag-input tayo ng X1, ang output natin ay Y1. So, using the same system, ang input natin ay X2, ang output natin ay Y2. Ngayon, pag pinag-add natin yung Y1 at Y2, which is the output of the two systems, you'll get Y1 plus Y2. Okay? Ngayon, guys, ang gagawin naman natin ay instead, okay, kukunin natin yung X1, kukunin natin yung X2, ipag-add natin siya. So, before natin i-input sa system, pinag-add na natin siya. So, syempre, may output yung system natin. Kung yung output ng system natin ay Y1 plus Y2 pa din, which is the same nung kanina, therefore, the system, okay, follows the additivity. Okay? Therefore, the system follows the additivity. Naintindihan, guys? Nagets niyo po? So, again, may input, isang system lang to lahat, yung sys na nakalagay dito, pare-pares na system yan. I mean, pare-pares yung ginagawa niya. Okay? So, kunyari yung X1, in-input mo sa system, ang output ay Y1, of course. Yung X2, pag input mo sa system, ang output ay Y2. Now, yung Y1 plus Y2, pag pinag-add nyo siya, syempre Y1 plus Y2. Ngayon guys, instead of inputting this first to the system, yung X1, and inputting it first to the system, yung X2, ipag-add na natin siya immediately. Pag pinag-add mo siya immediately, tas yung result na yon, yun yung in-input mo sa system, syempre may output ka. Okay, now, yung output na yon, if that is actually Y1 plus Y2 pa din, that is the system therefore follows the additivity property. Okay? So, naintindihan guys? Yes. Nakuha? Okay. Ayan. So, lahat naman ata ng system, sir, ganyan. Actually, hindi, no? So, I will give you a counter example of a system that is not like that. Okay? So, let's say, guys, na yung system natin, ang nangyayari is nag-add siya ng value. Okay? So, let's say, guys, na meron ka, ito yung system mo, no? So, nag-input ka, ito yung output natin. Yan, ito yung system natin. I'll give you a counter example, no? Isang system na hindi ganun yung mangyayari. So, ang input natin, di ba, meron tayong x of t, tapos yung output ng system natin actually y of t. Pero ang ginagawa ng y of t actually, sabi ko nga kasi 'di ba, ang system is just something that performs an operation. It's like mag-a-add ka ng 2 doon sa input signal mo. Okay, mag-add ka ng 2 sa input signal mo. Okay? So, ibig sabihin class, no? Kaya ang x of t mo ay 5. In-input natin sa system natin yung 5. Input tayo sa system. So, 5, di ba? Yan yung value. Ito yung x1 natin. Yan, 5. Ito yung system natin. Anong output niya, guys? 7. So, same system, guys. Okay, mag-input tayo. Again, ang ginagawa ng system mo, nag-add lang ng 2. So, ang input natin ay, let's say, 3. Anong output niya? 5. Okay? Ngayon, pag pinag-add natin itong dalawa, guys, what is 7 plus 5? That is 12. 7 plus 5 is 12. So, ngayon, class, okay, you have the very same system. You have the very same system. Pero ang gagawin natin, instead na input natin siya isa-isa, add mo na siya, 5 plus 3. So, that is 8, right? Anong ginagawa ng system natin? Ang ginagawa ng system natin, yung input nagko-plus 2 siya. So, 8 plus 2, this is 10. As you can see, they are not the same. Right? This is 10 and this is 12. Okay? They are not the same. So, dahil hindi ito parehas, guys, therefore, your system is non-linear. Okay? So, naintindihan na, guys? Okay, hindi lahat ng system, guys, follows the additivity property. So there are systems that ano no, hindi nagpa-follow nun. Kagaya nito. If your system, ang ginagawa ng system mo parang ano siya no, yung nagtataas ng amplitude, ano ba 'yon? Clamper, 'di ba? Clamper nagtataas ng amplitude 'yun, guys. So kunyari ang clamper hindi yan non-linear. Hindi 'yun linear. So non-linear yung clamper, guys, no? Because as you can see here, 'di ba, yung x of t ang output mo magiging plus 2 sa amplitude. Okay? So, ang mangyayari doon, pag nag-input ka ng 5, 7, pag nag-input ka ng 3, 5. So, pag pinag-add mo yung dalawa, that is 12, right? Ngayon, class, pag pinag-add mo yung 5 plus 3, that is 8. In-input mo sa system, ang output mo ay 10 lang. So, the system is non-linear. Okay? So, naintindihan? Okay, guys. Okay, next. Next is, homogeneity. So, ano na may homogeneity? Homogeneity is scaling factor. Meaning to say, guys, na meron kang in-input sa system natin, ang input natin ay x, ang output natin ay y. Tapos, times natin siya by a scalar factor k. So, the output is k times y of t. Okay? So, ito naman, class, kunyari, ito mismo, finid natin. Tinimes muna natin siya sa k. Before we input this to the system, the output is the same, k times y of t. So therefore, the system is homogeneous. So it follows the homogeneity property. So itong dalawang properties na to should be satisfied to be able for us to say that the system follows the law of superposition and therefore the system is said to be linear. Okay? So nagagets naman? Naiintindihan, class? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay? Sa naiintindihan, class? Okay, no? So, yeah. Sir, may system ba hindi nagpa-follow ng ano? Meron ba system na hindi nagpa-follow ng homogeneity? Meron din. So, I'll give you a counterexample of that. So, kunyari is, sa modulation, meron tayong tinatawag na square law device. Sa square law device, ang ginagawa niya is ini-square niya yung input natin. Okay? So, kunyari class, no? Nag-input tayo ng 3. So, output natin is 9 because this is a squaring device. So, if this is 9, will be inputted to a scalar. So, kaya ang scalar natin ay 5. So, the output is 45. The output is 45. Gets? Okay. Ayan. So, this is an example of a true device, no? Square law device. So, sa modulation, meron tayong ganyan. Okay. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin is unahin naman natin yung scalar before natin i-input sa ating system. Tapos tingnan natin kung 45 pa din yung result. So input mo ay 3. Okay, unahin natin yung scalar na 5. So this is 15. So yung system natin ay scalar, this is 225. They are not the same. They are not the same. So therefore, the square law device is not a linear system because it violates homogeneity. Okay, so it violates homogeneity. So therefore, this is nonlinear also. Okay, nagigets, guys? Naintindihan naman? Yes? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay? So meron tayong example ng, ano guys, yan, no? Okay. Okay. So ngayon guys, medyo mahirap kasi pag every question, ganito yung gagawin natin. No? Isa-isayin natin yung additivity at homogeneity. So ito na lang yung tatandaan natin. No? So for a linear system, okay, the output should be 0. Okay? If the input is 0. No? So kumbaga, isa-set mo lang yung x of t mo to be 0, yung output mo dapat 0 siya. Okay, linear yon. Yung isa yun sa mga criteria para masabi natin na linear. And the next is there should be not any non-linear operator kay x. So dapat x of t siya. So sa kabilang side y of t, sa kabilang side x of t. Kaya na-violate ito nung nung square law device because a square law device, okay, squares your input. Okay? This squares your input. So meron siyang non-linear operator. Okay, meron siyang non-linear operator, which is the square. So, any non-linear operator, okay, that is performed on your x of t, okay, that will make your system to be non-linear. Like, for example, kinuha yung sign niya, kinuha yung e raised to something niya, okay, yung x of t mismo, okay, nagkaroon tayo ng any non-linear operator sa kanya, the system is said to be non-linear na. Okay, let us take a look at this. So which of the following systems is nonlinear? Okay, letter A. Y of t equals x of minus t. So as you can see, so if we set this to be 0, okay, yun yung susundan nyo, no? Set nyo lang to ng 0, okay, syempre yung output natin ay 0, right? Pag select mo to 0, so y of t equals 0. So, yeah, okay? And then, wala namang, ano, di ba? X of t lang siya. As in, x lang siya. Hindi siya na-square, hindi siya hindi siya na cube, okay, hindi siya naging tangent, simply x of t. So therefore, this is linear. How about even, no? How about even? So alam natin na yung even component, this is what? Okay, this is x of t, okay, plus x of negative t, okay, all over 2. Okay? As you can see, wala pong nonlinear operator sa kanya. And if we set this as 0, of course, this is also 0. So 0 plus 0 over 2, this would be 0. Okay, guys? Yes, yes. Okay. Yan. So, yeah. So, therefore, this is what? This is linear. Okay, this is linear. Okay, how about this one? Ito, sir, nonlinear operator siya. Ingat kayo guys ha. Yung nonlinear operator na tinutukoy ay dun sa x. Like for example, this becomes sine ng x of t. Ayan, nonlinear yan. This is nonlinear operator. Pero kung ang nonlinear operation ay nasa time, so therefore, this is not a nonlinear operator sa x. Okay, so this is okay. And of course, no, if we set this as 0, the output is 0 also. So therefore, this is linear. How about this one? This is linear, no? X of t. No, okay, wala naman na linear operator sa kanya. But if you set this x of t as 0, ang mangyayari ay y of t is equal sa 0 plus 2. So anong result, guys? That is 2. That is 2. Okay? That is 2. So therefore, for the input of 0, the y of t is not 0. So therefore, option D is a nonlinear operator or nonlinear system. Okay? Although linear operator lang yung sa x of t natin, okay? Hindi siya like, hindi siya na square or anything. But if you set this as 0, as you can see, 0 plus 2, you'll get a value of 2. Y of t is 2 when x of t is 0. So therefore, this is not, okay, a linear system. So this is non-linear. Okay? So, malinaw guys? Naiintindihan ba? Yes, yes sir. Okay. So, now, yung next nating classification. So, we have time invariant and time variant system. So, anong ibig sabihin nito, guys? So, when we say class that the system is time invariant, so the response does not depend whether or when the input is applied. So, practically speaking, ibig sabihin class na if you have a system and you use it today, okay, ang input mo kunyari ngayon ay 5, ang output mo ay 10. So kung bukas ko siya gagamitin, ang input ko ay 5, my output will still be 10. Okay? So the output of the system does not change with respect sa time. Okay? So kunyari, no? Nag-input ako ngayon ng x of t. Okay? Yung output ko ay y of t. So bukas ganun pa din, no? So kahit na bukas ko siya gawin, no? So the output will be the same. Okay? So ngayon there's also a block diagram here that shows us what happens. Like for example, no, yung x of t natin, okay, in-input natin sa system and the output is y of t. And then we introduce a delay. So that is y of t minus a. Right? Okay. Ngayon guys, kung mauuna yung delay, so you have the x of t. So pag nag-delay tayo sa x of t, that is x of t minus a, and then in-input natin sa system nating class, kapag ang output natin is y of t minus a din, same sila. So therefore, the system is time invariant. Okay? So in other words guys, yung time delay provided in the input must also be reflected in the output. Okay, guys? Yes. Okay? So that's when we will know if a system is time invariant or not. Naintindihan, guys? Kumbaga, mauna yung delay o mahuli yung delay, guys. Okay, same lang na magiging output yung system natin. I mean, the final result, not the system. The final result will be the same. Okay? Ayan. Again, class, medyo mahirap yun kapag ka iisa-isahin mo, no? Kumbaga, every time that you gonna try to identify whether a given system is time invariant or not, gagawin mo to ng paulit-ulit, it will be very tedious. So, ano ngayon yung mga, tatandaan natin? So, ngayon, ang tatandaan nyo, kailan siya magiging time variant? Kailan siya magiging TV? So, time variant siya pag may time scaling. Matik yun. So, pag may time scaling ka, time variant na siya. Okay? So, kung yung mismong system mo may coefficient na ng time sa labas ng expression, so automatically time variant na siya. What do you mean, sir? So, for example, guys, no, your system is like y of t, okay, is equal sa t sine of t. T x of t. Okay? As you can see here, no, yung time natin lumabas na siya dun sa x. Okay? So, pagka ganyan, matic, na siya? Time variant na siya. Okay? And last is, if the system is piecewise, ano po yung piecewise? Kapag ang definition niya, guys, is piecewise, meaning to say, magkaiba yung, bawa, value nito ay 2 when time is less than 0. Okay? That would be x of t. Okay? Plus 5. Okay? When time is greater than or 0. Basta piecewise siya, automatically that's time variant na agad. Because syempre, di ba, nagbabago yung value ng function natin with regards to time. Eh, bawal yun, di ba? Pag sinabi nating time variant. Dapat all throughout the time pare-pares yung output ng system natin. Okay? Ayan, no? So, yun lang yung titingnan nyo. Kapag may time scaling, and of course, time folding, because time folding is somehow, this is also a time scaling also, right? Okay? Ayan, pag may coefficient, okay, na time outside, and kapag ka yung time natin ay, piecewise, so meaning to say, guys, no, that is automatically time variant. Okay. So, eto, no, 29. Which of the following systems is time invariant? Okay, letter A. So what is letter A, guys? Letter A, this is matic what? Time variant. Bakit siya time variant, sir? May time scaling. May time scaling tayo, no? Yung time natin times sa 2, 2t. So time variant siya. How about this one, CAS, sir, CAS? So ang CAS, conjugate antisymmetric. Paano nga uli yun? So yung CAS component natin, okay? So this is equal to, ano po, x of minus t, okay? Plus x, minus to, no, sorry, minus, okay? X conjugate of t, okay? X conjugate of t upon 2. So as you can see here, no? Meron tayong ano, guys? Meron tayong negative t. So dahil meron tayong negative t, guys, matic, di ba? Sabi ko nga, ang time folding is somehow parang time scaling na din. So therefore, this is again time variant. Okay, this is again time variant. Okay, letter C. X cosine of t. Okay, so parang time scaling na rin to kasi meron kang function no, sa t natin. Hindi siya directly t lang. So therefore, okay, this disqualifies this as being time invariant. So therefore, this is TV na. Okay? Kasi ano, 'di ba? Kumbaga parang na-modify natin yung time. Parang nag-scaling ka na rin sa time dito kapag may function siya. So, ito guys, as you can see here, no? So, this is y of t. This is x of t minus 1. This is x of t plus 1. As you can see, wala tayong time scaling, wala tayong time folding, wala tayong function outside, no? Na time. So, therefore, this is TIV. This is time invariant. Okay, or TI na lang, no? Para LTI. So, this is time invariant. So, therefore, our answer, guys, is option letter D. This is option letter D. So, letter D is time invariant. Okay? Sige. Sige, no? So, let's try this. Question number 30. So, consider a system with input x of t and output y of t equals x e raised to t. So, the system is, okay, A, causal and time invariant, B, causal and time variant, C, non-causal and time invariant, or letter D, non-causal, okay, and time variant. Okay, so how do we solve this? So automatically, this is time variant, di ba? Bakit siya time variant, sir? Kasi may function tayo sa time. Dapat t lang. Okay? So TV na to, matic. Okay? So automatically, this is time variant na. So it's either, ano na lang ngayon, guys, causal or non-causal. So how do we check? Okay, how do we check, guys? Okay. So suppose we will have, consider natin na yung present time natin ay 0. Present time natin ay 0. So when t is equal to 0, this becomes y of 0. Okay? Pero sa kabilang side, guys, this is x of, ano guys, e raised to 0. Okay? So y of 0 is equal sa x of 1. So ang present natin ay 0 pero kailangan mo na ng 1. So future yung 1, right? So therefore, this is non-causal. So our answer, guys, is non-causal time variant. So our answer is non-causal time variant. Okay? Yes, yes. All right? Okay. All right. So I think this is the same, right? So, yeah, we already done this question. So the same lang siya. So okay lang, no? So let me just erase this. Okay, guys, no? So actually, that's it, no? For our basic concepts ng signals. Okay. So now guys, no? So I've told you before na magkakaroon tayo ng worksheet, but instead of worksheet guys, I will let you answer the following questions. So ito po ay yung isusulat natin, no? So just write this, no, on your compilation. So, pwede siyang digital notes, guys, no? So, if you prefer that one. But in the final, guys, ipiprint pa rin siya. So, answer na natin siya, engineering lettering tayo, guys. Okay? Yes. So, yan, no? Para ma-check din natin if you really watch the video, guys. Okay? So, ito yun, no? Ito yung mga nasa take-home exam po natin. Okay? So, this is the first question. So, you can just pause the video if you want to copy this one. So, try to answer this. Okay? So, ito po yung isasubmit no, sa end ng term natin. Okay? So, this is for first question. Take-home exam. Alright, this is the next question for the take-home exam. Alright. Okay. Okay. This is the next question for the take-home exam, guys. Okay, medyo may mali lang pala dito, no? Hindi ko na, ano, it's supposed to be x of n lang, no? Typo lang naman. So, this is x of n. Okay? Yan. So, next question for the take-home exam. Okay, so bali ang kailangan guys is copying yung question and then you put the solution and then select the answer. So, okay? Pwedeng digital notes, pwedeng handwritten na lang, no? Pwede naman, no problem. Okay? And this is the last one. This is the last one, guys. Okay? So, actually, yes, that's it, no, for our session, no? So, thank you everyone, no, for watching the video for the signal spectrum signal processing basic concepts. So, thank you guys. So, for our next lesson, no, so we're gonna have the, ano, no, basic signals, no, yung mga basic signals. Okay? So, thank you everyone and bye-bye.